guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is baby girl and boy names that I love, but I will not be using because we are not having any more kids. Even though Evan was supposed to get a vasectomy and then quarantine happened and then his vasectomy appointment got canceled. But still, we're trying not to have any more kids. Yeah. So Evan and I have two kids together. We have Isabella Evelyn, and we have Charles Wolf. So Isabella was a name that actually his friend Steven was like, hey, do you like this name? And I've always been obsessed with Belle, the princess. And so I was like, I love that name. So we named her Isabella. We call her Bella. We named her Isabella so that like, if she had a job interview one day, she could go and rock, I'm Isabella Bass. That's hardcore. You don't mess with an Isabella Bass, you know what I mean? And then Bella's middle name is Evelyn, which is Evan's grandmother's name on his dad's side, and I've always loved that name. So when I said, oh my gosh, I love the name Evelyn, he was like, that's my grandmother's name. So we use that as a middle name. So Isabella Evelyn Bass is her name, which I think is really beautiful. I wanted my kids to have really strong names, and I feel like that's strong. Charles Wolf came from, so we were having so much trouble with this name. My grandfather's name is Charles, my dad's middle name's Charles, my brother's middle name's Charles. We really liked the name Charlie for a boy, and we kept coming back to it. There's like this app on your phone that you can use called Kinder, which is like Tinder for baby names. Like he can swipe like right or left, and I can swipe right or left, and then it matches all these names up. And the only name we matched up was Charlie. So when we got to the hospital, we were like, okay, we think it's Charlie, but we're not sure. And then Wolf was because we were sitting there and it was a full moon outside. And we got to the hospital like 4 o'clock, and we were just trying to figure out what his middle name was going to be. And we were reading all of these names. And finally he's like, what about Wolf? And I was like, ooh, that's cool. And he's like, it's a full moon outside. It's like a wolf howling when he gets out. So we were like, yeah, that's awesome. What we didn't know at the time was that Zooey Deschanel had named her kid Charles Wolf, and then I think like Lauren Conrad had named her kid Charles Wolf. So we were the third Charles Wolf, and we thought we were so original. And we were just copycats, but we didn't know it. So that was kind of a bummer, but I still think Charles Wolf is really cool. Evan calls him Chuck. I hate when Evan calls him Chuck. Like, I hate it with the fiery passion inside of me. So I tell him he can have like one a day. You can call him Chuck once a day, but he likes it because it's like Chuck Bass, like Gossip Girl. So those are our kids' names, but now let's go to the kids we're not having their potential names. Okay, so I'm gonna do girl names first. I have 5 that I really love. Okay, the first name is Adeline. This is actually really crazy because after Bella was born, I had written down the name Adeline for some reason. Like if we ever had another kid and it was a girl, she would be named Adeline because I love that movie. And that same day that I had written that down, Evan's like, hey, if we ever have another girl, let's name her Adeline. My brain was like, boom. I was like, what did you just say? That's so bizarre because I had just written that name down today. And so that was like a little mini freak out moment. But I love that movie because I love Blake Lively. And I don't know, that's just like such a cute name. And Addie is really cute. Anyway, Adeline. So the next name I have is Kaylee. And that's because I come from Irish heritage, and I did Irish dancing when I was a kid. And we used to go to the Irish festival and all of these things. And Kaylee is an Irish dance. And also one of my cousins is named Haley, and I used to be really obsessed with her. My name's Carly, so it was kind of like Kaylee is like a combination. But I just think that's really cute. Like going to an Irish dance, a Kaylee. Isn't that cute? I think so. So that was one that when I was little, I was like, my kid is going to be named Kaylee. I feel like we all have that name from when we were little that's like in our brains. That was mine. Okay, number 3 is Ava. And that's because I was in the musical Evita, and I love Ava Perón, and I just feel like it's so strong. I thought about naming Bella Ava, and I wanted her to have like a really strong, powerful name. So when I think of Ava Perón, it's just like, I don't know. I think of like a strong, powerful woman. So that's why I love Ava. My fourth name is Haven. I don't know, there's something beautiful about that name. When I think of a haven, I just think of like a safe haven, like a, I don't know, a place of comfort. I just feel like it has like good energy to it. I don't know if that sounds dumb, but it's actually such a different vibe than that like strong, powerful thing. It's almost more of like a relaxed, energetic name to me, but I think it's beautiful. So that was one of the like pretty names that I love. And then the last name I have is Aurora, because that is Sleeping Beauty's name. And I just feel like every girl needs to be a princess and feel like a princess. And I just think that that's a really pretty name. And no one has, I've never met an Aurora. Like, have you met an Aurora? I haven't. It's really pretty. So those are my 5 girl names. Now let's move on to boy names. My first boy name, actually 2 of these names. One is the name of my dog now. One is the name of a dog that my parents had a long time ago. Is that weird? I've used my boy baby names and then named my dog then, because I didn't know if I would have boys. So I was like, let me just use it. One of them I'm actually really mad about, because when we were thinking about Charlie, my dog's name is Huck. That is a name that I love. I wouldn't have named him Huckleberry. I probably would have just named him Huck. But I was like, can I name my kid the same name as my dog? Like, would that be confusing? Come here, Huck! Like, I would get both of them. Like, actually, my dog's probably by the door right now because I just said that. But I just think that's so cute. Huck. And my brother's kid's name is Finn. Can you imagine that? Huck and Finn. Like Huckleberry Finn. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. So that was like my number 1 I'm obsessed with name, but I had already used it. So I was pretty mad at myself when I found out it was a boy, because I'd already used my boy name. Next boy name was also the previous name of a dog, which is Percy or Percival. I feel like some of these are, some of them are because of musicals. This Percy is because of the Scarlet Pimpernel musical. I was in that in high school, and I love that musical, and the guy's name is Percy, and I just think it's really cute. And then the next name I love for a boy is Leo. I like Leonardo. I probably would have named him Leonardo and just called him Leo, but I was really trying to get this name for Charlie for a while, and there was a guy on Bachelor in Paradise. His name was Leo, and at the time we were talking about like this particular name, Evan's like, no, it reminds me of the guy on Bachelor in Paradise. Not using that name. Isn't that funny how some of people are like, oh, do you like this name or this name? And you're like, no, I hate that person from 2nd grade that ruined my life, so I can't use that name. So Leo is like out the door, but I love it, and I think it's so cute. Also, Leonardo DiCaprio has just always been a dreamboat, so I feel like you name your kid Leo, he's gonna be a dreamboat. Cause duh. Okay, and then the next 2 are like woodland names. So the 4th name I have is Forest. It's not really from Forrest Gump. I just really like the name Forest. I think it's cute. I don't know why I like these earthy type of names, but I do. I just feel like some kid being like, hi, I'm Forest. That's so cute. And then the last name is another woodsy name. It's River. I feel like there's like quite a few Rivers now. I feel like that's a popular name right now. Some of these might be really popular now. I have no idea. But I think River is really cute too, because I don't know, a river is just like refreshing and always new, and like it keeps going, and you can't stop the river. You know what I mean? Anyway, those are my 5 girl names and 5 boy names that I like, but I will not be using because Evan is gonna get a vasectomy, or we're just gonna use condoms, and we're not having any more kids. And that's all there is to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment below on what you named your kid or names that you love. I seriously am obsessed with baby names. So comment below and let me know. And also like this video and subscribe to my channel because we're doing more fun things soon. Bye.